I run the dental assisting and the dental hygiene programs, and my name is Emily Boki, and I actually went to school here. I am the administrator, so this is my kind of crazy office of administration. There's 6 dental hygiene programs in the state. So here we have dental assisting and dental hygiene. We don't, it's not just dental hygiene. Our students for dental hygiene, when they want to get into the program, they take 6 courses, and then once they pass those 6 courses at a certain GPA level of 2.75 or higher, but we believe in starting our students in ergonomic appropriately assigned clinical situations, and that way they can practice that way for their whole career. When you talk about the whole program, dental assisting credit hours are 46 credit hours. Dental hygiene credit hours are 86 credit hours. With a dental assisting degree, you work primarily with the dentist under general supervision, meaning the dentist has to be in the building for you to work. It's a 12-month program, so it's 3 semesters. Some programs require that you're a dental assistant first. Our program does not. You can enter right out of high school, get your 1 year of prerequisite coursework, so that's like your anatomy 1 and 2, microbiology, general chemistry, organic and biochemistry, and then medical terminology. So our profession is hoping to move towards a bachelor's degree for entry level, but there's a lot of states that are coming out with some new practice models for dental hygiene, and we're hoping eventually that will be here in Iowa, so we're preparing for the future. So, starting dental assistant in this area makes between 15 and 18 an hour after the 1 year of education. Hygiene is about 30 or 35 an hour starting, and then that goes from there too. And then there's all the other things you would need to consider with that, like licensure, benefits, and health benefits. All of that kind of stuff gets figured in that too. The other really cool thing about a dental profession is we don't work nights, we don't work weekends, we don't work holidays. We don't take work home. Our dental clinic has 18 chairs, like I said, and we can serve a lot more of the public that way with a bigger clinic.
Yeah, for like people who don't have dental insurance or anything like that, like I feel like this is definitely it's a safety net.
Really miss is when you look at the national averages, dental hygienists spend the most amount of time with patients of any medical provider. So I will take you guys in the dental clinic and show you where the real action happens. That isn't my boring cinder block office. So Dexter is one of our mannequins, and it stands for... Dexter has a real human skull, and he has real teeth, because when you take x-rays, you have to be able to see the tissue differentiation. So you can check Dexter out if you want. Dexter never complains. He never starts to glow with too much radiation. So the students learn the concepts of film, and then the first week of school, they get into x-ray lab. They meet Dexter, they meet the machine. They learn about how they have to use a lead apron and how to properly expose x-rays. And we, like I said, film and digital, both. So this is Dexter. The funny thing is every time when students start to actually take x-rays on patients, you'll see them reach for the patient's head.
Oh,
Because
like,
this is how they've always
like they're
taken
gonna
open
crank
and
up.
close. So it's kind of fun, but I would like to get some new Dexters,
Yeah.
but they're very expensive. They're tens of thousands of dollars just because of what goes into making them and the mechanisms. So these are very old, but they still function, so we still use them. We're going to sneak over here to the panoramic x-ray room. And this is our panoramic x-ray. Same thing, we have a special Dexter who is standing rather than positioned on a chair. The students learn how to take, this is the scanning x-ray that goes all the way around your head that can take pictures of your entire mandible and maxilla together. And this is very important that students learn this system because out in private practice they're going to have traditional x-rays like in the next room, and they're also going to have a pan.
Yeah, that's what I'm more familiar with.
Yeah.
Practices.
Yup. So this is our emergency station. Since we are a real dental clinic, we have to have real emergency equipment, AED, oxygen, a drug cart that has all the emergency drugs in it. This gets locked every day, and there's a student every day that's in charge of maintaining this. So knock on something, we never have to use it, but we have it here in case we ever do. So I'm going to take you into the open clinic. Go ahead and put your clients back. And they are having education occur as we're in here. So I'm just going to kind of talk at a kind of low volume. I hope, is that okay? Okay. So I'm going to introduce you to some of my students. Today they're injecting on each other. So this is one of the first opportunities they've had to inject. It's kind of one of the fun parts about hygiene school, just let me always remember. So we're going to do the video. So I'm just going to go in this empty room right here. So there's 4 of these teacher stations. And when I was in school, these were desks in the middle of the room because there was a lot of piles of paper that the teachers would have to go through. A couple years ago, we switched over to a digital grading system, and it kind of works in partner with Canvas, the learning management system. Eventually, I'd like to use more of Canvas, but right now we're using a special system called Talaval, and that's for computerized grading. We also have all computerized dental records, and if you look along the ceiling, there are cameras. And what that allows us is the ability to project what's going on in one room to all the computers. It's kind of like closed circuit TV. So if an instructor is showing a student something in one room and they want all the students to see, they can click a button and it projects it on all the computers. So rather than when I was in school when you had 20 students all centered around a patient, they I always thought that was kind of freaky for a patient, but now we have the cameras and the computers, so that makes it easier.
So cool. So do they all have like assigned, are they in like assigned sections?
No, okay, so they have what's called teams.
Yeah.
So the Commission on Dental Accreditation requires that we have no more than 5 students to 1 instructor. So they have little pods and the instructors rotate, so we keep it fair because, you know, maybe you have one instructor that's known to be like the hard instructor. Well, our instructors are calibrated, there isn't really a hard one or an easy one. They all grade along the same rubrics and criteria. But that way the instructors change. So the teams stay the same, but the instructors rotate. You don't always get the same operatory. We do have a couple left-handed clinicians that primarily work out of, you know, a couple different rooms, but we expose them to different working environments because when they get out in private practice, it's not going to be the same room they learned in every single time.
Yeah.
So I'll have you guys meet Shannon here. She is okay to talk to you guys.
Hello, Shannon.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
No, you're fine. It's
I'm
all,
fogging up here.
all natural all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how it is in like regular practice.
And then this is Mrs. Miller.
Hello.
And so what do we got going on here, Shannon?
Today we are doing student injections. This is the lower jaw injections today. This is Jessica. She's my patient today. So we're getting ready to administer.
Awesome. Well, we'll get out of your hair then so you can keep working.
Thank you.
So I'll take you into this end room here. We have a couple end rooms. When the dental assisting students use clinics and they do fillings and such, the more involved procedures, hygiene, that's the main difference between assistants and hygienists. Assistants work hand in hand with the doctor all day. They do a lot of teamwork type dentistry. Hygienists work more by themselves. So we need these bigger rooms when we talk about doing some more like filling type procedures in our second semester dental assisting clinic. You can also see there's more cabinetry in here because there's more things that you need for fillings than when you're going to do a preventer type procedure. This is all set up. You can come on in here. This is all set up for anesthesia. So one of the So it's a team situation. So this, try not to touch anything in here. This is completely, it's an aseptic environment. It's not completely sterile, but the instruments are sterile. That's why they're still in the packages.
Yeah.
So you can come on in here and I'll show you sterilization.
Topical on the IA and topical on the long buckle, because remember we go from one.
This is one of our dental labs. So we have a lab where the students do a lot more of their learning. This is more of like the doing lab. So anything that you do in clinic, you come in here and you complete the lab work in here. The learning lab is very large, but it's not as aseptic of a situation. So this is the one that we keep very clean and appropriate for things that were done in the clinic for patients. This is our sterilization center. Same thing, I'll take you guys through here. Try not to touch anything in here.
Yeah.
So in the sterilization center, everything goes from dirty to clean. So this is pretty much like the dirtiest part of Hawkeye Community College campus right here. This is the dirty rack. Everything goes from a system where we take away the grime. So there's a washing. This is kind of like a very fancy dishwasher called a Miele. And this is an ultrasonic cleaner. It shakes all the debris and the loose stuff off the instruments, and the instruments get rinsed. Then they get wrapped. Then they get sterilized. So this is where things start to become very clean. From here over, we're not talking about the disinfection stage anymore. We're talking about sterilization. So these are steam sterilizers. There's two different types. There's the Statum steam sterilizers, and then these are our two autoclave machines, and they kill any trace of spore, germ, anything that might be on the instruments. From there, they get put in the student cubby holes. And you can see the freshmen only have a few instruments that they have, but the seniors are plump full because they have all the instrumentation they need to do care.
Wow.
So we progress through the sequence of instruction. And I'm gonna take you guys back down the hallway here. Now, do you want to interview the other student? I need to find out where she is in there.
Yeah, if she